Yo everybody, it's Tezmechnator and this is the Eurogamer review. Thank you Overlord. For the audience who don't know what Eurogamer is, it's a pretty much an English version of E3. It provides lots of games, developing sessions, you name it all. This particular Eurogamer in 2013 was well known for displaying the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One in the European market, with enough information to sink a ship. So no further ado, I introduce you to Eurogamer 2013 with you. The first thing I initially thought about the event was that the PC games were excellent this year. I remember that I played a knight based game or medieval game, and pretty much it was like Lara Croft and the Guardian Light. I even had like the members of staff teaching me how to do it, and it was really cool. And as a result of completing the demo as well, I got a free voucher for the beta levels, which is really cool. And the last thing I would say about this game is that the enemies are superb. I remember at the beginning of the demo I encountered this knight who had the shield and the circle, and it was pretty cool because he had more than one mover, and which created a good first impression. I'm usually not into these type of games, particularly with a medieval theme, but my friends and myself thought it was a really cool game and we gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. With all that done, I went straight away to Final Fantasy section, which contained Final Fantasy X HD Remake and Lightning Returns. The one I really wanted to play was Lightning Returns because I was really interested with the plot development and the new gameplay elements. I particularly wanted to play this game because I wanted to know whether this is worth buying, because last time, I think even the first game of Final Fantasy 13, I wasn't very impressed by the gameplay, particularly with its clunky controls. But anywho, what I would say is that Lightning Returns redeemed itself because the fighting mechanics, rather than restrict you to, let's say, 5 maneuvers at a time, you can literally press certain buttons and it gives you a really nice flow of fighting. The thing I would say though about Final Fantasy is that the blocking system is a big improvement to the gameplay. I remember in the last few games that I criticised the game for its stupid health system where you can just auto-fill your characters. This time though, you got to block your enemies, which is a good thing actually because it gives you a variety of gaming elements. Another feature I really liked was a new one called Overlooked. It's pretty much a fuck you weapon. What happens here is that when you slow down time, you've got unlimited refills of attacks. After completing the game and the plot reveals that this person, identical to Sarah in the first 2 games, turns out to be this villain, I really was impressed by the game, and I received a free t-shirt as a result of getting the demo, which was so cool. Even my friend got one, which resulted in his cousin or sister jealous because the person really liked Final Fantasy overall. So overall, we were very positive and we went to the retro gaming area so that we can take a break. However though, there was one lincy problem. I just find that there was queuing everywhere in the retro system or area. The only game I got to play really was the Mario Super Galaxy 1, which was the first game of its kind. I almost managed to get to play Sonic 1 on the Game Gear, which I have never played before, but somebody nicked it, quote unquote my friend Jason, therefore I never got to play it because he was so mean. We then set our next destination for the Horror Zone, as they called it, and we watched Watch Dogs, which was opposite from that. By queuing a long time, we managed to get into the conference room, which was worth it because the presentation for Watch Dogs was really good. Ubisoft, they were unbelievable because they taught us every aspect of the game, even the stealth aspects. The Ubisoft presenter was really good because he made witty jokes about the gameplay and the aspects of the levels, for example the stealth ones. He even made a joke about this character who was very psychotic. Making Watch Dogs relevant to our society is so cool because it's really worrying that in real life this is actually happening with like the CIA, the SAS. You pretty much got it all. You get everybody pretty much hacking into their equipment, like your mobile phones, iPads, iPods. It's really scary how this gameplay is actually really real in real life. If you're a secret agent, that is. With all that done, I thought that I was going to go to the PlayStation 4 area, but as it turns out, I just remembered that my friends kept on nagging me that I need to go to the Nintendo area, particularly with the Sonic Lost World and the Nintendo Mario Kart, whatever it's called. So, what's my first impression about the Sonic Lost World? Well, I think it's a great game overall because the graphical elements of it is really cool. I particularly enjoy like the 3D aspect of the gameplay, because whenever you interact with a planet, you tend to like change the camera perspective, which is so cool. The only thing I would say about the Nintendo event was that I thought that they kept on pressurizing me a little bit, but that's not a big quickie, but I'll go on more in that detail in the review section. As for Mario Kart, we didn't even bother to play it because the queuing time was about an hour at least, so we didn't even bother. So what we did next is that we went to the cosplay area, which was so fantastic. It gave us some insight how to, like, say, start a dress, and even my friend said I should dress as Dr. Eggman for the next time. And we are thinking of going to Comic Con this year, so yeah, it would be very interesting if I do that. But anywho, the next problem was that we were trying to get to the PlayStation 4 area, but we couldn't get into it because there was like a large queue. It really went out of the queuing line, believe it or not. So what we did is that we went to Arkham Origins, which is Batman, and we just queued there for pretty much a long time. And I got to the gameplay area, which is where the games are, and it was pretty good. I would say that they need a map to help you, or particularly with myself. I'm really a beginner with the game, so I needed some help with it. I managed to get to, let's say, the end part with the Joker pressing this switch at the end, which was so cool because I love the Joker so much. As you can see on the screen, there's a picture of me in front of the Joker poster, which looks so cool. With 5 minutes remaining, we went back to the cosplay area, and I don't regret it. The costumes in that expedition was so great. You had the Mortal Kombat characters, Charlie from Minecraft. Yes, my friend laughed hysterically about it. And there was pretty much Mario characters as well, particularly like the War Mario soldiers. That was quite cool. And there was somebody from Wreck-It Like Ralph. I have never seen the movie, so I don't know who that person was with the wedding dress. Please write a comment about her. And that was pretty much it. And we went to the PlayStation 4 area, and we realised why there was a big queue. Sony had a system where you could only be there for an hour and only allow so many people in. After waiting for a long time, I think it felt like a billion years, we went into the area and we had to use 2 tickets, and you're forbidden to play more than 2 games. The chosen games that we played was this scoring game and Knack. This shooter game was really good because the frame rate was really high, and every time you blow up like an element, it really looked sharp clear. It was like as if it was moving in 3D. Knack itself really reminded me of Jak and Daxter and Crash Bandicoot, only because the graphic style and the gameplay elements. I would say that I love the maneuver of the character when you regenerates or something. That was really cool. And as for the PlayStation, this is really cool. I love the design of the overall box and the controls. I like how it really looks high tech in my opinion compared to the Xbox One, but that's for the review. And that's pretty much all we did. Oh yeah, there was 2 things. I managed to get a PlayStation 4 USB necklace, which I thought it was originally for the VIPs, but I was completely wrong. But as for the review of the event, the review. Thank you Overload for that. And this is just a quick reminder. Remember, everybody's got his own or hers opinion. Take this with a pinch of salt. Just remember that you need to respect other people's opinion as well. So, alright. Overall, I give the event 3.5 stars. And let's talk about the negatives first, because obviously we need to get them out of the way. The most terrible thing that happened was Xbox. Their range of games were rubbish. They only had FIFA, this racing game, and that was pretty much all. Thank you very much Overlord for being so unconstructive. What he should have said is that in order to Xbox to create a bigger impression, they should have provided a better variety of games. That's what he should have said. I could even tell you that 75% of the hall consisted of PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 games, so you already can tell who's the big daddy of them all. As for Nintendo, they had a great variety of games for what they had. They only had a small proportion of the hall, which was great actually. And as for the PC games, well, they had a great variety. I remember that they had like a PC section and it was really cool. They even had like the new Minecraft game, that was excellent. As for PlayStation 4, well, they were the big daddies of the conference. Not only did they have about 75% of the conference hall, they even had a hub room with Virgin Media sponsoring them. They had like the indie games, so that was pretty cool, but I didn't go into it. As for the console itself, I love the design. It's really elegant, it's sophisticated. For the games, I think it's just my eyes being stupid, but I don't see any difference between a PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 game, but that's my opinion. But I would say that there was one game that stuck it in my mind. That was the iToy. They have a game where you sit on this furniture and the iToy keys the background out, like as if you've got a green screen in your wall or something like that, which is actually amazing because I got some keying abilities on, let's say, After Effects or Premiere, so that was an amazing achievement by Sony. So overall, the main advice is get a PC gaming machine because they're more powerful and they've got better range of games. So hopefully this was useful, and this will be very, very good, hopefully for you in the future. So here is the big send-off. Hopefully this was very useful to you. This is unusual that Tezmechnator provides consumer advice, and hopefully you love this program and you give me some feedback, comment on it, like it, and feel free to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my videos, and hopefully that you can watch my content and enjoy it. And I would say kudos.